Godfrey, what does it mean to be a dynamic yoga teacher?
What does it mean to be a dynamic yoga teacher? On I think the basis, it means that you've learned beyond any doubt that there is an intelligence within every human being that is actually enough to guide them towards the satisfaction of what that they're looking for, and that intelligence can very easily be accessed through changing the relationships between the body parts, i.e. yoga posture practice, but only if that practice is based directly and immediately on the intelligence of the body. So a dynamic yoga teacher is somebody who's recognized the significance of that and has learned how to help other people to experience the significance of that.
So this is something that a student teacher would be learning on a 3-week teaching intensive with
Well,
you?
they would have already had to have recognized the significance of this approach. They can't learn that at the same time as learning how to teach it. So they already have to realize that it's not knowledge, it's not skill, it's not flexibility, it's not strength, it's not alignment that transforms shape making into yoga. That it's getting in touch with the intelligence within, and that doesn't depend upon all those factors. That depends only on sensitivity to sensation, which depends in its turn on a willingness to feel. So they already have to realize it's not about what you can do but what you can feel. If they've really got that, then they're ready to do a training in how to help other people to discover that that's all that they need, that they don't need to become strong, that they don't need to become flexible, that they don't need to align their body up by geometrical principles, but they do need to treat their body with care and respect. And that's done by being sensitive to sensation, which is based on a willingness to feel, but is then applied by the dynamic of integrity. So in practical terms, being a dynamic yoga teacher or becoming one, is learning how to apply the dynamic of integrity to teaching, how to make the context of teaching, whatever it may turn out to be, whether you're teaching older people, younger people, more people who are more flexible, more experienced or not, it's fundamentally the same. It's how to put them in touch with the intelligence within through the presentation and application of the dynamic of integrity, which of course remains a state secret.
So you're not going to tell us here right now?
No, I'm not.
But before you have to do one can do the 3-week teaching intensive, they would have need to have done what you were talking about before.
Yeah, I mean, they would have had to have done more than just been to a few workshops and liked dynamic yoga. They would have had to have done either the depth intensive, which is an immersion in the application of the methodology to a wide range of postures, or the same curriculum in the modules. So you can say there's a 3-phase process. The last phase is doing the teacher training. The second phase is the embodiment training, where you're taken very deep into the practice in a progressive and intelligent way, from a view not only to teaching but to have your own practice. And then the first step is just being exposed to the method and realizing, even if you don't quite understand why, that this is very different from what's being presented elsewhere as yoga posture practice, especially in the terms of in the sense of not just what's being done is very different, obviously, but of how it feels to be doing it, as well as how it feels to having done it. So it's very different, and of course some people it's too subtle for many people. It's kind of like most people are looking for a drug type of experience from yoga, but dynamic yoga is more like how it feels when the toothache stops. It's subtle, but it's fantastic. To no longer be suffering anything. So those are the three basic stages, if you like.